Blackmore.
What's up, y'all? Blackmore here, back at you with another collaboration video with Mr. Malandro. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Good to be back. Thank you for having me once again, and I'm excited for this Elena trailer.
Yeah, we've been waiting quite a while for this. Like I mentioned earlier before, it felt like we were just in a drought season when it came to content or even just anything about Elena.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So I'm very excited, to see what they show. I know it's a trailer, so it's not ideally like gameplay, but usually there's like Easter eggs or at least connections of stuff that is present in the trailer or the teaser trailer that will be present in the gameplay. So we shall see. I'm looking for a beating bow. Oh.
I'm already loving what I'm seeing.
Got some Black Panther vibes. Oh, get it. There she is.
The new redesign is not as bad as I thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think of that little bit of a taste that they gave us there?
I thought it was dope. I think that her transition to 3D, as far as like the illustration of her new outfit and everything, was like, it looks really cool. Because sometimes when you see the illustration and then when you see like the actual 3D model, it's like, oh, it doesn't look that good, but this definitely looked really cool. I like the zebra stripes on the pants as well. So yeah, saw the beating bow. So I'm excited. I'm excited because Elena tends to have like really cool backgrounds, for her fighting stages. Generally speaking, so I thought it was dope.
What I find so interesting about this, like the fact that we know she's a Kenyan princess, and the fact that this time around had a way they're like transitioning her of her new debut in Street Fighter 6. They're really leaning much more heavily on that aspect and also the cultural aspect too, which I find very interesting because we didn't really get too much of that in the past. We only got like a snippet of it.
Yeah, I think it's just a few things, like a few variables. Just like over time, there's more information that's available as far as like the cultural nuances and things like that, and cultural expressions. And then it's like also the hardware being able to showcase, that. So for example, like we saw all the different like African animals, hippopotami, elephants and the zebras, and then also the quality sound of the actual instruments, like the congas, like the sharp sound of the congas, and you see, the beating bow in there. So I think, just over time, as the developers just gain more information, that they can actually just dive deeper into each character's, background or lore or their history or their culture. And then it's like, okay, how do we go beyond just putting it into text, in the booklet or something like that, or on the website. So yeah.
The biggest thing that so far, like just from doing so much research on a lot of different fighting styles, or even just how these developers like just go about doing research or everything, and from what I'm probably just really curious about, like with this, just from seeing this, I'm kind of curious about how is the motion capture progress on this too as well, and who did they go to for that, for the research and just everything in general? Because from
Right.
some characters that I've seen that they've done, they've shown some behind the scenes of like Jamie's drunken
Mhm.
kung fu of that motion capture artist. Like, so I'm quite curious if they'll ever like even just reveal that or just show that off.
Yeah. Might have to do some some detective research as you usually do, you know. But that
Because
that'd be cool.
oh, sorry.
No, it'd be cool to see. You know, I always like to learn about like the process that goes on behind, you know, um, the video games and what transpired, what got left out uh, in order to get like the finished product. So, yeah, that'd be cool. I definitely would watch that and give it a like.
Because we both know like during a lot of the motion capture progress, and even from a bit of what you told me of your experience too as well, there's always like a lot of footage or situations that are just like left on the cutting room floor. So
Indeed.
it makes you wonder, will we see that aspect, since right now we just got like soft teaser of her, and
Hmm.
they said at some point we'll end up getting the full gameplay breakdown like pretty soon, and I guarantee we will see that gameplay way before June,
Yeah.
probably sometime during May. But
Hmm.
that's the biggest thing that like really just on my mind of just will we see anything now? Probably like either you going, okay, that I actually like how you can.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, is she gonna be able to heal? The infamous heal super, you know, healing super.
Yeah, that is the biggest question that I've seen on everybody's mind right now. So how are you going to incorporate healing for this character? Because in Ultra Street Fighter 4, she was, as many people would say, she was a menace with that. So
Broken.
I'm kind of curious. Like, I
Mhm.
have a feeling they will probably like incorporate it in some kind of like how the way Street Fighter 6 is right now with the drive system. So
Yeah.
I feel either it will go that route or either some kind of install or so.
Mm.
Similar to how the way Taken 8 handled Eddie Gordo with him being able to go into this mode, this install mode, and he
Mhm.
unlocks more moves over time.
Yeah. As he gains more manjinga. Yeah, I'm gonna take every opportunity to say the names of the the words so people can hear it. You know, so yeah, as he gains like more manjinga, then he it opens up just like more movements and capabilities for him. So yeah, that's it. I'm curious and excited. You know, fingers crossed doesn't piss off too many people. You know, but we'll see.
The biggest thing that when this dropped, I ended up like instantly just already like started going, is there any capoeira schools within Kenya that I can see? Probably, I'm like wondering, did they go to anybody specifically there or so? Like, did they fly anyone out? So there
Right.
is one definitive school that I did find in Kenya, and it's the Capoeira Alonso Negro School, from what I've
Hmm.
seen.
Okay.
So maybe that will probably be like my honest opinion. That's probably who they went to, probably for cultural background, and
Hmm.
probably use one of their students or just any of the mentors there, probably.
You got it. I'm I'm not sure, uh, because there are a lot of people who already practice
Hmm.
capoeira, who are in Japan.
That's
So
true.
I definitely would see them, just doing some research about Kenyan and the history, but to like fly someone out from Kenya to
Mm.
Japan, I think maybe they just, were a little bit more, I don't know, who knows, but I would think that they would just do more in-house research as far as for the motion capture at least, and then from there all the extra stuff to get somebody from Kenya for their cultural consultant, as you say.
Especially for her attire too, because that's
Hmm.
I'm sure that's where they went in heavy consideration as well. For
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. Let's see.
because I know that was probably like the biggest thing, like you mentioned before. Sometimes a lot of characters, or especially a lot of the capoeira characters, are either can be overly designed too much,
Mm,
or
yeah,
in rare cases, not really much done to their overall design.
yeah. Yeah, and I think just in general, sometimes, as this is my personal opinion, sometimes, like for example, we're talking about Street Fighter.
Mhm.
So uh, sometimes, as the series progresses, there can be just like a little bit of over design, with your legacy characters. But I think for the majority, they've done like a good job. Because Ryu and Ken were just like karate guys, but now you have like old man Ryu and like Hoboken, where yeah, got the trench coats and the boots for Ken, right? And then his black belt is actually just like on his arm, and then you got old man Ryu, who's like just been in literally just been in the mountains, forever.
It's like this
um
sage now.
yeah, exactly. you know the Shotokan sage. um but yeah, but I feel like for the majority of the redesigns, or as they advance the series, it's been very good. It's been very good. And plus, they always do a good job of just giving you the legacy, the old school outfits, and having those look good as well.
Because that's
Yeah.
probably a big question on a lot of people's mind too. Like, how are they going to just handle like bringing back their classic costume on top of that? Because many people feel either they may just overly design and tweak it a bit, similar to how Jury in Street Fighter, how the way they did that in Street Fighter Five, her
Hmm.
debut look in four, and that one was tweaked quite a bit to where she has like the zipped up jacket and everything like that. And
Hmm.
not too many people like that design at all, but they left like an option of where you can take the jacket off and stuff like that that
Yeah.
give back that classic look. So I'm that's what I've been seeing. Many people's worries are like if they're gonna do anything to her classic outfit.
Yeah. Who knows? It may be a classic outfit that they modernize.
Yeah, that we may run into that situation too.
Yeah, but we'll see. But there's also folks who mod, who mod when the PC versions and everything. So they'll make their own versions if they're
True.
not happy with it. But
Usually
yeah,
that PC crowd there, they're gonna
mhm,
have people's back on just getting those costumes out.
for sure. And then I mean, some of those mods are like pretty amazing, where they put in like Dragon Ball Z characters, or um, yeah, just different anime characters, Marvel characters,
Oh
as
yeah.
well. It's pretty cool. So I'm excited. I'm excited. Can't wait.
So tell me this: is there any project that you would love to be a part of fighting game wise? Because I know we talked about last time. I know this one isn't Street
Mhm.
Fighter related, but I know you are gunning for Virtual Fighter 6.
Yes. The new Virtual Fighter project, that's what, you know, try my best to get involved in that project in any shape, form, or fashion for a capoeira character in Virtual Fighter. And I feel like, you know, with anytime you have you know, your own series, you have Virtua Fighter, Street Fighter, Tekken, and you have someone who does a particular style in that game. You know, if you have a boxer, if you have a wrestler, if you have, so in this case, someone who does capoeira, like how do you make that character stand out amongst the sea of, you know, other characters in other fighting games that happen to do the same style? And I feel like I have a lot of cool stuff that has yet to be seen in video game format.
Okay.
And yeah, in video game format. And to add that to, at the end of the day, I just want to have a cool character that does the art form justice and that people enjoy playing, because it doesn't matter how they look or you know, what movements they put into the game. If the folks don't enjoy playing it, then it doesn't really matter. So if you put all, you know, if you check all those boxes, that's what, you know, I'm gunning for. Because like I mentioned in our last interviews, like, you know, you have the Vinga Chiva, which is a movement that Eddie Gordo does in Tekken, and it's only now only now in Tekken 8 that they have some capoeira throws or capoeira takedowns, and there's tons of those things, throws, takedowns, even a lot of counters out of those movements. So and that definitely has not been touched on. So Sega Virtual Fighter, I think it's RGG Studios, like,
Yeah.
you know, if you guys are, if you see this, if you're listening, you know, I follow you guys on X, on Twitter. You know, I got all my background, my portfolio stacked with motion capture stunts as well. But yeah, you know, I'm just manifesting that because at the end of the day, I want to contribute to the longevity and the success of a game franchise, and also the legacy of the art form of capoeira, so that people can enjoy it in its different, you know, different facets, different mediums, you know, in video game format.
I strongly feel that we will end up having capoeira characters show up in Virtua Fighter 6, just because, in my honest opinion, like, when you look at Virtua Fighter just throughout the years, like, since its inception, it's really done a wonderful job in just representing so many different martial arts, and kind of way they really just capture some of that, and
Right.
even just ones that we really haven't seen too much in other fighting games. Like I mentioned in past videos that I made, like especially Pai-chan's mise en point, like you don't really see too much of that, and there's some martial arts out there that even have that either lost through time, that has very little info out there, but small numbers of teachers out there. So I've always found that so interesting of how the way they go about handling that, just doing their motion capture process. So
Yeah.
I honestly feel you're gonna end up getting that call.
Ashe, let's make it happen, people.
Now, is there any final words you want to get out there to the people, especially after seeing the lovely Elena?
Yeah, just I'm super excited to see what Capcom, you know, puts together for the character. How they're going to implement her healing ability is going to be super broken. But again, also, yeah, Blackmar, I just want to thank you so much for including me on this, you know, reaction video, and being able to just chop it up, you know, about martial arts and video games, both things that we love. And thank you for helping me to manifest my involvement in the Virtual Fighter project.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Because at the end of the day, I just love not just fighting games, but also I'm a fan of martial arts itself. So it is beautiful for me to just see a lot of these different styles being able to be represented and even just shown off to the world in many different aspects out there. And that's something that I just really enjoy doing. And I honestly feel you will end up getting that call. We're gonna end up manifesting that.
Yes, Ashe.
But you're definitely gonna be here for the gameplay trailer when it ends up dropping. I'm gonna hit you up and heed to that call to see that gameplay trailer drop.
Exactly. Let's make it happen again.
All right, y'all. I'll end up seeing y'all in the next video. Please follow Mr. Malandro out there and let the people know your socials too, of where to follow you at.
Oh, of course. Yeah. So if you guys are on YouTube, you can just type in Capoeira ATL. And that's my official like capoeira school. And then Instagram, it's Mr. Malandro again, or you can type in Capoeira ATL, all one word. And that's the best ways to find me and see what I'm doing.
All right, y'all. It's Blackmore here. And Mr. Malandro, we will end up seeing you next time, man, as soon as that gameplay drops. So, all of you out there, look forward to the breakdown once we end up getting that trailer. But catch y'all next time. Peace.